Crypto is no longer just a technology. It's becoming a political battlefield. Between now and 2030, governments won't decide if they regulate crypto. They'll decide who controls the future of money. What started as a peer-to-peer experiment has grown into a multi-trillion-dollar asset class that no nation can ignore. Today, we dive deep into the next 4 years of regulation. We will see who survives the crackdown and who thrives in the new order. Chapter 1. The new financial power game. For decades, the concept of money was simple and controlled. Money meant banks, borders, and government oversight. It was the ultimate tool of state sovereignty. But crypto changed that dynamic. It introduced a world where value moves without permission and without borders. Now, the system is responding. This isn't just about stopping fraud. It's about maintaining capital controls. Governments care about Bitcoin because it allows wealth to leave a country's financial borders instantly. Stablecoins, in particular, have become a shadow dollar, challenging the ability of central banks to manage their own currency. They also care about on-chain transparency. For the first time, every transaction is potentially visible to the state. This transparency is a double-edged sword. It can lead to massive surveillance, but also to a more secure system. We must distinguish between regulation and control. Regulation protects, control restricts. The battle for the next 4 years will determine which of these two paths your country chooses. Chapter 2. The 3 regulation paths. Every nation is currently choosing its destiny. The first path is the open model. We see this evolving in the United States, the EU, and Singapore. In this model, crypto is brought into the fold. Licensed exchanges operate with government approval and oversight. It focuses on tax reporting, KYC, and investor protection, making crypto safe for institutional, smart money. The second path is the state-controlled model. This is a much more restrictive and centralized approach. Governments on this path promote central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, as the only legal digital option. They often restrict self-custody and mandate government-approved wallets to ensure every transaction is monitored. Then there is the shadow economy model. This is where crypto goes underground or operates in frontier markets. It involves mining states, sanctioned economies, and informal trade networks that ignore international regulation. These 3 paths won't just compete. They will define the global financial map for the next decade. Chapter 3. Who actually wins? Retail traders focus on the charts. The winners focus on the pipes. The real winners are the infrastructure providers, those who build the compliance and custody layers. Major exchanges that successfully navigate licensing will become the new giants of the digital financial world. Blockchain analytics companies will also thrive, as they provide the transparency that governments now demand. Tax automation tools will become mandatory for everyone. Compliance is no longer an option, it's a requirement for growth. The losers will be the unregistered platforms that think they can continue operating in the shadows of the old web. Anonymous liquidity pools and traders without records will find themselves increasingly cut off from the global system. Chapter 4. Self-custody versus surveillance. This is the ultimate battleground for the individual user. Hardware wallets will become the new Swiss bank accounts. They offer the last vestige of true self-custody. But exchange custody risks are rising. As regulation tightens, your keys on an exchange are subject to government freeze. Transaction monitoring systems are becoming incredibly advanced. AI is now being used to track every coin back to its source. Future tax automation will be built directly into the blockchain. Your tax liability will be calculated in real time. Chapter 5. The 2030 Scenario Map. Let's look at the world we are actually building. By 2030, the crypto world will have split in 2. One world is fully integrated into the global banking system. In this world, Bitcoin is an institutional asset class, as boring and stable as a government bond. The second world is the parallel economy. It's where innovation is still wild and transactions remain decentralized. The key question is how capital flows between these 2 worlds. The gates will be heavily guarded. Smart money isn't betting on price volatility anymore. They are betting on the structure of the system. They are building custody, records, and compliance tools today to ensure they are the winners of 2030. The future of money is being rewritten right now. The question is, which path will you take? If you found this breakdown valuable, check out the links below for the tools I use to stay secure and compliant. Drop a comment. Do you think regulation will protect crypto or control it? I'll see you in the next one.